This week we're going to highlight corn planting trends in the U.S. along with weather patterns. We're also going to focus on Brazil, where we're approaching a critical growth stage for the new crop there. And we're going to wrap things up with a long-term view of December corn futures. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the corn market. We've moved in the month of April here, and of course that means it's time to plant corn in the U.S. We're going to start out this week looking at long-term trends in the moisture situation by examining the latest drought monitor. A drought monitor is updated through March 26th here. You can see that there's a lot of areas in the eastern corn belt, no sign of drought. Good news there. The area that we're most concerned about is directly adjacent to the Mississippi River up there in northern Iowa, northeast Iowa in particular, as well as parts of northeast Missouri as we enter the planting season. With that backdrop, let's take a look at the short-term forecast. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-Storm Weather. We're starting out here looking at a background, if you will, of corn production. And we're looking here at the next, I would say the next 10 to 14 days. Now, below that blue line, it's going to be wetter than normal. And to add to that, between those purple lines, if you will, west to east, it could be 2 inches or more of rain over the next week to 10 days. Now, the rain looks like it's going to start around April 7th through the 9th, so maybe a little bit of drying out later this week, and then it's going to start to get wet again next week. Let's quantify that now over the next 14 days. You can see over the next 14 days, that area that we just highlighted on the drought monitor that's been dry, northeast Iowa, supposed to get some good rain here over the next 14 days, so that'll be beneficial for that area. Really, no areas here are going to be very dry, so yes, that may slow down corn planting a bit, but we've got plenty of time here, and that'll give us good soil moisture to get the crop off to a good start. Speaking of planting progress, USDA issued its first comprehensive summary of planting progress on Monday of this week. Let's take a look at that report. Now, we're looking here at, as of the end of March, 2% planted nationwide. Obviously a long way to go here, right in line with last year, actually a bit above the 1% 5-year average. Now let's take a look at a little bit of history here. This slide just shows the last several years along with the 5-year average. Here's what we want to highlight. Between the end of March and April 14th, on average, another 3% of the corn is planted. So we'll be looking at corn planting around the 15th of April, somewhere in that 5% range on average. Let's now shift our focus to South America, specifically looking at where that corn is produced in Brazil. This is a double crop corn, of course, is planted after the soybean harvest. Again, Mato Grosso, Goiás, Minas Gerais, Paraná, and Mato Grosso do Sul are the main 5 states that produce safrinha corn. Now we're looking at planting progress here. Notice this, Mato Grosso is finished. Pretty much all the states now are finished. Minas Gerais at 90%, a little bit up in Mato Piba, but for the most part, we're looking at that vegetative development stage, and that's what we've highlighted there. Vegetative, probably say mid to late June. A few acres of corn are actually pollinating in Brazil, but that's scattered, and some of the corn is just finished planting here a week or two ago, so I would generalize the Midwest mid to late June. With that background, let's take a look at the short-term forecast for Brazil. Now, we were looking at a divergence. That southern third has been dry over the last 14 days, measure of topsoil moisture. As you go north, however, that corn is getting some good rain, so the northern 2/3 has been getting good rain, and that crop has full potential for the most part. Now let's look at northern corn over the next, I would say the next 10 to 14 days. Again, more rain on the way. 2/3 of the corn is going to be wet. In the south, it's going to be dry. One final slide here. North of that purple line is going to be wet over the next, I would say the next 10 to 14 days. And south of that purple line is going to be dry. So again, two-thirds of the corn in Brazil wet, a third dry. Let's quantify that one more time with precip over the next 14 days. And we're looking here again in the north. Picture corn again, mid to late June, good moisture there. Of course, Mato Grosso, but it's drying out in the south across Paraná and Mato Grosso do Sul. That'll be something we're keeping an eye on moving forward. Let's wrap things up this week, taking a look at December corn futures. December corn, as you tape here on Tuesday, trading near $4.65 a bushel, roughly $1 below where it was last year. So again, we strongly encourage you to work closely with your trusted risk management consultant to manage price movement. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 800-664-2321. We'll put you in contact with one of our risk management consultants who'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to never miss an upload. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.